Your kid just asked, "Are we poor? Jake has a PS5. You, staring at your 12-year-old toaster like, do I break down capitalism right now or fake a power outage? Because here's the real danger. If you don't handle this right, they'll grow up thinking their worth is measured in sneakers and consoles. Listen, their worth was never tied to plastic boxes that beep. Here's how to make sure they know it before they start treating kindness like a billable hour. Number 1, stop making money the reward for everything. If you get straight A's, I'll give you $50. Clean your room, $5. Read a book, $10. Congrats, you've just created a tiny capitalist, a child who now thinks kindness and literacy all belong on a spreadsheet. Next thing you know, they're invoicing you for breathing. 37 breaths per minute at 2 cents per minute. You owe me $44.40 for existing this past hour. Your kid now approaches life like a freelance contractor. You want me to hug grandma? What's the going rate for physical affection? W-2 or cash under the table? Harvard research backs this up. When kids get paid for stuff they already enjoy, their long-term motivation tanks. The flashlight under the covers bookworm becomes the kid negotiating hazard pay for Moby Dick. Your house turns into a gig economy with a posted rate card. Make bed? $2. Brush teeth? $1. Bonus potential, twice daily. Eat vegetables, $3 per serving. Be nice to sister, $5. Surge pricing during her birthday week. Suddenly, they're Gordon Gekko in pajamas. Sandcastles? Unless someone's commissioning beachfront architecture, I'm out. So how do you fix it? Celebrate the action itself. You worked so hard on that project. How do you feel about it? Yes, they'll look at you like you're insane. Feel good? Cool. Can I exchange these feelings for Robux? But slowly, painfully, they detox. The kid who learns helping others feels good becomes the adult who volunteers. The kid who only helps for cash, they're the coworker who Venmos you for half a $3 coffee. Start today. Do something together for no reward, no payment. When they ask, "What do I get?" say, "The experience." And watch them short circuit trying to calculate the depreciation rate of memories. And if words don't land, don't worry. Kids copy what you do more than what you say. Up next, how to model generosity so loudly they can't miss it. Number 2, model loud, money-free generosity. Here's the parenting truth bomb. Your kid watches you way more than they listen to you. If you're constantly stressing about bills, competing with neighbors, or ranking people by their car, congrats again. You're raising a tiny keeping up with the Joneses intern. UCLA research shows kids don't copy lectures. They copy vibes. So your quiet panic about the gas bill, it becomes their obsession with having the newest iPhone. Flip the script. Start pointing out generosity like it's headline news. Mrs. Chen spent her Saturday teaching kids to garden. That's incredible. Your uncle fixes everyone's computer for free. He's basically Geek Squad with better snacks. That teenager organizes park cleanups. What a difference they're making. And when your kid shares their sandwich with a friend who forgot lunch, make it a bigger deal than any purchase. You saw someone needed help and you shared what you had. That's who you are. Start defining wealth in weird, non-financial ways. We're rich in books. Our family's wealthy in inside jokes nobody else understands. Reject money as the scoreboard. When someone brags about their Tesla, shrug. Cool. But do they even laugh with their kids? Because the truth is, nobody's putting most stressed out neighbor on your tombstone. When someone says they're successful, casually lob back, how? They seem miserable. And if you really want to shake their definition of success, up next, the so-called failures who changed the world without ever cashing in. Quick sticko update. Apparently, the neighbor's kid already has a PS5 and a subscription button. Don't let them flex harder than you. If you've already subscribed, you're the real MVP. Number 3, share stories of failures who changed the world. Your kid thinks success equals money. Time to hit them with history's weirdest glow-ups. Vincent van Gogh sold 1 painting in his life. Emily Dickinson published 10 poems while alive. Nikola Tesla died broke in a New York hotel room, and now we name cars after him. Imagine Van Gogh trying to sell NFTs. he still wouldn't get paid. Your kid? But they're famous now. You? Yes. After they died. Is that the timeline you want? Fame in 21, 25? Stanford research shows kids who hear about diverse success stories build stronger resilience. Translation, hearing about failures stops them from thinking life is just a high-score game called Who Bought the Biggest House? Tell them about teachers who changed thousands of lives on modest salaries, social workers who chose purpose over profit, artists who prioritized creation over cash, and balance it with reality. Yes, money matters. We need it to live, but needing money and being defined by money, two very different things. Better yet, tell them your story. Maybe you walked away from a high-paying job that was crushing your soul. Maybe you took a pay cut for family balance. Maybe the numbers in your bank account don't scream wealthy, but your life is rich in other ways. Because kids need to know, even adults wrestle with money. Financial stress isn't failure. Worth lives outside the paycheck. But if they're still tying their entire identity to what they own, that's where number 4 comes in, helping your kid build anchors stronger than any possession. Number 4, create identity anchors beyond possessions. Ask your kid, tell me about yourself. If they proudly respond, I have the newest iPhone, congrats, you've accidentally raised a walking Apple commercial. Northwestern research shows kids who define themselves through stuff struggle with self-worth and authentic relationships later in life. Translation, the I'm cool because of my sneakers kid often grows up into the I peaked in high school adult. So, how do you fix it? Build identity around actions, values, and relationships. You notice when others feel left out. You create the most imaginative stories. Those become anchors you can't buy, lose, or accidentally drop in the toilet like that shiny new iPhone. At least the toilet doesn't send you a monthly software update. Create family mantras that have nothing to do with money. We're the family that helps. We solve problems creatively. We make each other laugh loudly, and usually at Dad's expense. When they compare themselves to friends' possessions, redirect to character. They have a pool. Cool. We have Sunday pancake traditions and terrible dance parties, and nobody's pulled a hamstring in a pool noodle joust. Document their non-monetary achievements like you would a savings account. Kindness, fears overcome. Problem solved. When they feel less than because of what they don't own, crack open that journal like it's the receipt book for their actual worth. Because real wealth isn't in gadgets that depreciate the moment you unbox them. It's in skills, relationships, and character. The stuff that compounds like interest. And finally, if they still think money's the whole scoreboard, that's where number 5 comes in. Showing them different worlds, so they realize theirs isn't the only one. Number 5, expose them to different economic realities carefully. Shelter creates ignorance. If your kid only sees their own bubble, they'll think everyone lives the same way. Like money falls from the sky and the fridge magically restocks itself. Columbia research shows kids exposed to economic diversity build stronger empathy, resilience, and worldviews that don't collapse the first time they meet someone different. But careful, this isn't about poverty tourism or pointing at someone's struggle like it's a zoo exhibit. It's about honest, respectful exposure. Volunteer together at a food bank, but focus on dignity, not pity. Everyone needs help sometimes. Today, we're the helpers. One day, we might need help too. Read books where the main character isn't secretly rich by chapter 3. Talk about how families make different choices. They have a bigger house. We chose experiences instead. Pancake Sundays over granite countertops. And when the, but Jake's house is huge conversation comes, don't flinch. Families have different amounts of money for lots of reasons. House size doesn't measure happiness. Some people live in mansions and still cry in jacuzzis because apparently bubbles don't fix sadness. Also, don't ignore unfairness. It's not fair some kids can't afford lunch. Exactly. That's why we vote for people who want to fix that. Because here's the truth. Your kid is growing up in a world obsessed with status symbols. Every ad, every influencer flex, Every unboxing video will scream, "You are what you own." Your job is to hand them a different script, one that says, you matter because you exist, not because of what's in your wallet, closet, or driveway. And that's the real revolution. Raising a kid who can walk through a world screaming, "Buy more," and still know their worth isn't for sale, even if the neighbor's kid is already flexing a PS7. The truth about worth and wealth. The loudest sermon your kid hears is "buy more." You can't mute it, but you can make them immune. When you celebrate who they are over what they have, you're building armor against every ad, flex, and unboxing video. The kid who learns their worth isn't their wealth, they grow into the adult who chooses meaningful work over just profitable work. Find joy in experiences, not receipts, even if the Wi-Fi cuts out. Raises kids who know they matter, bank account or not, because money is a tool, not who you are. Your child's worth was set the moment they existed. Nothing they buy, lose, or never own will change that. And the revolution? It starts with one kid who knows they matter just because they're here. Even if the neighbor's kid is flexing a PS7 and you're still rocking the world's most loyal toaster.